All right, today we are deconstructing a hidden system, one that quietly influences our most critical decisions. We're talking everything from what we buy to the careers we choose. It's a system specifically designed to make you act against your own best interests by weaponizing one of our deepest, most primal fears, the fear of missing out. Let's just start right here with this core paradox. Now, this isn't just some clever line. It is the absolute key to understanding a powerful and, frankly, invisible psychological system that's at play all around us. Think about it. This single idea explains why a perfectly rational person can suddenly feel a desperate, burning urgency for something they didn't even know existed 5 minutes ago. It's a biological tripwire, and we're about to figure out how it works.
You know that feeling, right? That panic pulse you get when you see a ticking clock or a limited stock alert? Well, that's not an accident. And it's definitely not a feature of a good deal. It's a feature of a good trap. It is a carefully engineered system designed to hijack your brain's very sophisticated decision-making process.
And it leads to this: impulse regret. We've all been there. Picture this. It's late. You're watching TV, and an infomercial comes on for some kitchen gadget. You weren't looking for one, you don't need one, but then the announcer screams, "The next 50 callers get a second one free!" And suddenly your heart starts racing, you grab the phone. Then, a week later, you're staring at 2 unopened boxes, feeling that wave of remorse. You see, you didn't act out of desire, you acted out of a manufactured fear of loss.
The source material calls this the erosion of cognitive sovereignty. Now, what does that actually mean? It means your ability to think for yourself, to act as a free agent, is being systematically dismantled. Your rational mind gets shoved to the side. In these moments, you're not a savvy consumer or a strategic thinker. You are being managed by a manipulated crisis. And here's the crucial point. You're no longer making a choice. You're simply reacting to a perceived threat.
Okay, so let's get into the mechanics of this. How does this hijack actually work? We're going to reverse engineer the 4 distinct stages of this cognitive trap. The sources call it the urgency competition loop. And trust me, once you see its architecture, you will start noticing it absolutely everywhere.
Look at how methodical this is. It escalates. In step 1, everything's cool. You're in control, in what's called rational audit mode, just calmly assessing the offer. But then, bam, step 2 hits, the artificial constraint. A clock, a countdown. Suddenly, the entire equation in your brain flips. You stop thinking about how much the item is worth, and you start obsessing over the risk of it disappearing. Then comes step 3, psychological reactance. We just hate being told we can't have something. That limit feels like a threat to our freedom, so we want the item more, just to prove we can have it. And finally, the masterstroke, step 4, the competitive spike. 15 other people are looking at this hotel room right now. That little message triggers a deep, primal reflex. And just like that, you're no longer a buyer. You're a competitor in a game you didn't even know you were playing.
And that's it! That is the exact moment the trap snaps shut. The entire conversation inside your head shifts. That rational, thoughtful question, do I actually need this? It gets completely silenced. It's drowned out by a primal, competitive scream of, I have to win this. The goal is no longer about getting something useful. It's about beating the clock and all those other faceless competitors.
So why is this system so devastatingly effective? I mean, why do even the smartest, most rational people fall for it? Well, it's because this loop doesn't target your logic. It doesn't even try. It targets deep-seated evolutionary tripwires that are hardwired into our brains for one reason: survival.
And this is the core of it all: loss aversion bias. Neuroscientists have shown that the pain of losing something is psychologically about twice as powerful as the pleasure of gaining that exact same thing. Think about it. Your brain evolved on the savannah, where missing out on a rare source of water could literally mean death. So today, it still treats a flash sale on a sweater with that same primal fear. It doesn't see a discounted product, it sees the last watering hole on the savannah drying up. And what's happening inside your head is basically a neurological coup. The urgency competition loop is designed to light up your amygdala. That's the ancient emotional part of your brain that handles threats. This is system 1 thinking. It's fast, it's impulsive, it's all emotion. And when it gets triggered, it stages a hijack. It completely overrides the slow, rational auditing part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, or system 2. The rational auditor gets locked in the tower, while the emotional hijacker runs the entire castle.
So let's just quickly recap the psychological cocktail that makes this all work.
First, you've got social proof. It's a mental shortcut, right? If something's scarce, our brain just assumes it must be valuable because, hey, other people want it. Second, there's a profound fear of regret, that what if I miss out feeling. Your brain actually processes the potential for that feeling as a form of real physical pain. You're not buying a product, you're buying an escape from that future pain. And finally, it all comes down to the weaponized amygdala, that System 1 override that just shuts down our better judgment.
Okay, so we've deconstructed the trap, we've looked at the neuroscience, it's pretty scary stuff, but here's the really good news. Awareness collapses the system. So now let's move to the countermeasures. Let's build our defense and figure out how we can reclaim our cognitive sovereignty.
The entire game is about shifting your role. The system is designed to turn you into an emotional, panicked competitor. Your only defense is to consciously force yourself back into the role of a detached, rational auditor. The big question is, how do you do that when your amygdala is screaming at you to act now? All right, here is your playbook. 4 simple tactical steps to re-engage your prefrontal cortex. First, label the timer. The second you see a countdown, say it out loud. This is an urgency trigger. Just labeling it helps break the emotional spell. Second, and this one is huge, the 24-hour buffer. This is a non-negotiable rule for yourself. Never, ever commit to something when a clock is visible. Walk away for a day. Third, the utility check. Ask yourself this question. If this item magically appeared in my house right now, would I feel relief or would I be thinking about the hassle of returning it? And finally, the exclusivity audit. If an offer is exclusive, ask why. If there's no logical reason for the secrecy of the limit, it's not an opportunity, it's a hook.
You need to adopt this as a mental model starting right now. It reframes the whole situation. A genuine opportunity, a truly good deal, does not need to evaporate under pressure. If it can't survive 24 hours of you thinking about it calmly, it was never designed for your benefit. It was designed for your capture. From now on, see manufactured urgency not as an opportunity, but as the bright red flag that it is.
This really is the fundamental mindset shift. The scarcity system wants you completely fixated on the anxiety you feel before you buy, that fear of loss, that fear of regret. Your countermove is to consciously ignore all that noise and shift your focus entirely to the future. Focus on the after-purchase utility. Will this thing actually improve my life? Am I really going to use it? Does it solve a real problem for me? By focusing on its long-term value, you escape the short-term anxiety trap.
So, the ultimate takeaway is this. An item's rarity doesn't increase its actual value to you, it only increases the pressure that's being put on you. True power in any decision isn't about acting fast. It's about preserving your freedom to choose, your time to think, and your ability to simply walk away. Your agency isn't about seizing every single opportunity that comes your way. It's about having the clarity to know which ones are real and which ones are just well-disguised traps.